deeply personal attack on social media against one of his own officials, it usually means somebody touched a nerve crash to question his character. The target of this rage is Joe Kent, a top-tier counterterrorism official who was handpicked by Trump himself to lead the country's strategy against global threats. The trigger for this reaction was a viral leak. Kent went public with what he describes as the administration's ultimate geopolitical agenda, a secret they clearly wanted to keep buried. The panicked tone of that post suggests Kent's leak uncovered a highly sensitive master plan, providing a rare look at a strategy the administration is desperate to hide. Kent established his anti-war credentials by resigning in protest over the U.S. drone strike on Iran, an escalation he argued was both unprecedented and dangerously costly. Now, Kent is issuing a much larger warning. In a second term, the administration plans to pull the United States entirely out of the NATO alliance. This exit has little to do with the recurring complaints about European defense budgets. It is a calculated move driven by objectives far beyond simple cost-sharing. We saw the baseline for this disruption when the Iran strike instantly spiked global LPG prices and sent shockwaves through the stock markets. Because Turkey is a major regional power and a critical economic hub, dismantling the NATO alliance to target them would trigger a global fallout 2 to 3 times larger than the Iran conflict. The reason for this shift lies in an inevitable collision coming to Syria, a massive struggle for regional control between Israel and Turkey. When this clash happens, the United States will undoubtedly want to deploy its military tower to back Israel against Turkish forces. However, they are blocked by a significant diplomatic obstacle, NATO's foundational mutual defense treaty. Under Article 5, an attack on any single NATO member is legally considered a declaration of war on all members, forcing the entire alliance to respond. This creates a systemic glitch. Because Turkey is a member of NATO, the United States is legally bound to protect the very nation it intends to target. The U.S. is trapped by its own alliance. It cannot militarily support Israel against Turkey without technically declaring war on itself and the rest of Europe. To bypass this treaty trap, the administration would have to dismantle the most successful military alliance in history. Leaving NATO provides a calculated loophole to strip away Turkey's diplomatic shield, clearing the path for a direct military offensive. European countries are already preparing for this reality, drafting contingency plans for a new NATO-US defense pact to maintain their own security. It is telling that these new European proposals notably exclude Turkey, signaling that the alliance is already beginning to isolate them. Even Turkey is bracing for the shift. Their foreign minister recently acknowledged that Israel is actively preparing to make Turkey its primary enemy. The global diplomatic board is being redrawn right now to accommodate the high probability of a U.S.-Israel-Turkey war. Kent's warning points to a total shift in U.S. foreign policy. He advises the government to stop acting as both the arsonist who lights the fire and the fireman who puts it out, suggesting a move toward more direct, disruptive action. Decades of peacekeeping alliances are now being viewed as expendable red tape that blocks the administration's immediate military goals. Trump's frantic attempt to discredit Kent is the ultimate proof that the plan to dismantle NATO is moving from rhetoric to reality. These massive geopolitical changes will hit your personal investments and cost of living long before the first shot is fired in Syria. Understanding the hidden legal mechanics of global treaties is no longer just for diplomats. It is the only way for individuals to navigate and survive the coming redrawing of the world order.